Hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So today I've got a big job. I had tons of plans for this weekend. It's Labor Day weekend and I actually get 2 days off in a row because we honor those holidays. Thank goodness. It's just a blessing for my world. Anyway, I had a ton of plans of stuff I wanted to do and catch up on, and girlfriend gave me, and I count this as a blessing, she gave me, and I don't know if you can see it, pan back here, full, that's a restaurant size foil pan full of plums. So I'm gonna make some plum, I'm gonna preserve plums today. I may do it a couple different ways. I haven't really decided on what I'm gonna do yet. I know I wanna try my hand at plum jam. I did the plum syrup already and it's so delicious. These are a little bit more firm, so I think they'll have a little more pectin to them. And so anyways, we're gonna play with plums today. I hope this brings you along for the ride. And if you like this video, when I'm done, I hope you share it on your Facebook page, give me a thumbs up, all the things that we do for each other to support our channels. And if you've got a video that's similar or something you'd like to share, you want to do a video response, go ahead and attach that and I'll share it with everyone and post it on my Facebook page. All right, guys, so let's go do it. We've got work to do. All right, so as you can see, I've already started on this ton of plums. There was a lot of plums. I should have taken a picture. That was a restaurant style size pan, like the width of your oven, foil pan full of plums. And I just, wow, I'm so thankful, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to get these all cut up. I've got this big bowl full. I've got my jars have been washed in the dishwasher. And so then I've got my favorite little paring knife here. It keeps a really nice sharp edge. In fact, if I'm not careful, I'll end up with little cuts, surface cuts, nothing that's gonna bleed or anything, but just cuts through that layer of skin. That's how sharp this is. So then I'm dicing them up into small pieces. That way, when they cook down, they will still have a little texture, but not big chunks. We're gonna make plum preserves. Basically, you could use it like a plum jam as well, I'm assuming. We're gonna try to do it with no pectin and just the sugar and cook time. And these are pretty tart. So hopefully you guys are coming along for this ride, because I'm using up what my girlfriend gave me, and it helped her sister get rid of these out of her yard, and she wasn't going to do it, so I said, well, I'll do it. I'm not going to let anything go to waste. So you can guess what she's probably getting for Christmas. So this is a really good way when you're canning up what's coming off your trees in the summertime. What I've found, my experience has been, you might have a really good year and then you'll have a year or two that's not so hot, or that they don't produce at all. And in that case, if you put up everything you can when it's in overabundance, it should last you through that dry time that you don't get a ton. I mean, that's how I feel about it. Because next year may not be a good zucchini year. So I'm putting up all of them. And I have been able to give away some. I think a lot of times people think they want them and then they don't know what to do with the zucchini and they end up wasting them, and that makes me feel bad. I'd rather cook something for them than think that they wasted them. I'm probably going to save a couple of these plums out, a few of them anyway, for me to eat, because it'll be good for my menu planning this week. And I can put them in smoothies, or I can just eat them. So I am going to save some, but I didn't want to put you through the whole chopping deal here. I just wanted to bring you there at the last bit. We're going to get, I've got to measure these plums out, so I know how much sugar to add. And it's basically water, sugar, and plums is all you need. And I'm going to get my big pot out, and I might have two going, I don't know. So, and I'll bring you over when I'm starting to cook that. Okay. And I've got this many left. I'm going to save these. That one's got a owie on it. I'm going to save these in my fruit bin for me to eat for lunches and breakfast and delicious. Let them go ahead and finish ripening. And I'll bring it back when we are putting together, get all this measured out, and we're putting it together on the stove. Okay, I thought I better bring you for this one. I'm measuring this out now. The recipe, I'm getting this out of the ball canning book. The recipe calls for 5 cups of fruit. And they had you have the plums. I couldn't get them to where they looked pretty, and I'm okay with them being chopped up. So 5 cups of fruit to 4 cups of sugar and 1 cup of water. That's the ratio. So I have in here right now 10 cups of fruit. I'm putting in 2 cups of water and 8 cups of sugar. And we're going to see how full this pot is. And whether I think it can handle, I don't think it can handle a whole nother batch, but I bet you it can handle a half batch, like the 4 cups of sugar, 5 cups of fruit, 1 cup of water. And that'll be enough for this pan. And I'll have to use my other pan. I need to invest in a big stainless steel pot, and they're expensive. They're about $100. This is my double broiler. It's the bottom to my double broiler. So that's 4 cups. Yep. And get in here another cup. There we go. 5 cups. Get a cup of water. And I may just do it in batches in this pot. I was going to start up another pot, but I think I'll just do this pot, put the fruit in the refrigerator, and do the next batch, because I've got all my jars are sterilized, sitting in the hot dishwasher, and that way I can manage it a little bit easier. I don't want to overdo this, or I'm never going to want to do it again. So, okay, now I need 5 or 4 cups of sugar to my 5 cups of fruit that I just added. So I've got 4 cups of sugar. We go through a lot of sugar this time of year. Canning season, well, at our house, it's year round, but for sweet stuff, this is it. Okay, and that'll be perfect. I can keep an eye on this. You want to make sure that you have a really heavy bottom stainless steel pot. I would not advise doing this in aluminum or a non-stick or anything like that. So we're going to do it in this pot. Oy, that's a lot. And then we'll put the remainder of the fruit. I'm going to cover this and put it in the fridge. We'll get this on the stove, and we're going to bring it up to a boil. I also am going to put a plate. You want to put a ceramic plate in the freezer to get it nice and cold, so when we do our gel test, we know whether it's going to set or not. And anyway, I'll bring you back when we're over at the stove, and I got something to show you. Okay, you guys, I've got this first pot. I brought it up to a boil, and I kind of had to turn the heat down. It wants to really get frothy. I want to cook this fruit until it's soft, but I don't want to burn it. So I don't want it to have a burnt flavor or burnt sugar flavor. So it's just going to simmer on a pretty hard simmer. Not quite, I don't want a rolling boil going. I want it to cook and until the fruit is nice and soft. It shouldn't take long because I diced it pretty small. And ooh, it's already getting a pretty color. Yay. So, hopefully you can see that really good. Let me get my light over here. Ouch. So there's what we got. And I'm going to let this cook. When I feel like I'm ready to do my gel test to see if it's going to gel or not, then I will bring you back and we'll get it jarred up. Okay, it's going to process in a water bath canner. Once it starts boiling, you're going to process it 15 minutes, and you're going to take the lid off, let it sit in the canner for 5 more minutes before you remove the jars. So, okay. All right, you guys, look how beautiful this is. It's just gotten this beautiful plum. Oh, the pink color is gorgeous. The fruit is all soft. It's been going now for about almost an hour. And just, you know, keeping an eye on it so I don't get a burnt taste. I don't want to cook all the flavor out of the plums. I want it to be plum flavored, not sugar with pink. So what I did, and it kind of spread out, is I put a little bit on a plate here that I had in the freezer. And so what you want to do is you want to take your finger and run it through that. If that stays separated, it's going to set. Now I'm going to do this. So it says it's going to set. To me, it's not running together. Gravity's pulling the one together, but I'm going to do one more test before I say yes, because I've got my pectin here. I want to try to do this without pectin. So I'm putting it on the plate. I'm going to go put this back in the freezer just for a couple of minutes so the plate stays cold. And this is how you test whether it's going to gel and stay set for you. I don't really want to use pectin unless I have to. I mean, it's apple pectin, but I'd rather not. I'd rather it just be the pure fruit. Look how beautiful that is. Ah, I love it. So, let me go ahead and bring you back when I'm testing that, and then I'm going to be filling jars, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so I've got my second round, and I'm just going to push my finger through and watch it, see if it goes together. It's so good. It's got a delicious plum flavor. Now this says that it's going to set. To me though, it's still a little bit runny, and I don't want it that way. I want this more like a jam. So I'm going to go ahead and add 1 package of pectin. Add a little pectin to it, let it boil like this for a full minute, and then we'll jar it up. And whatever happens after that happens. This is apple pectin, so it's from pectin from green apples. Hopefully, at some point, I'll be able to make my own pectin. But these plums, the skin on the plums are so thin that I don't think they have enough. And that might not even be enough for this. So I'm just going to go ahead. On this batch, I want it for sure to set. So I'm going to go ahead and add another package of pectin in there. Kind of disappointing, but I tried. And I'm running out of time, and I have a whole nother batch to do. And then we're going to get on to the pressure canning mode of our weekend. So this is going to be at a rolling boil for 1 minute once it comes back up to temperature for 1 minute, and then we'll be jarring it up. So I'll be right back. Okay, last and final try. Got this right here. Let me see what you can see. I'm going to push my finger through, and I can already tell this isn't even cold yet, and that's staying perfectly. So just adding a little bit of extra pectin to the mix is going to make it gel up just perfect. I love it. Oh my gosh, and it's so good. What a beautiful Christmas gift, right? So I'm going to do my jelly jars first. Over here, ow, hot, hot, hot. We're going to turn that burner off now. That doesn't need to be on anymore. Look how pretty those jars are. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I have got everything's in. I've got them in the jars. I need another jar out of the dishwasher. For what we are keeping, we are going to keep pint size because I'll give away the half pints and we'll keep the pint size because when I open a jar, if we really, really like it, we go through it so fast that I'm just opening jar after jar. And so for us, it's just better to have the full pint size. I'm going to turn my lids and rings off. They don't need to boil. They just need to be hot. And after this one, I'm going to go ahead and wipe down the rims, get them, the lids on them, and whoops, that one might be a little full. Yeah, it'll be fine. Okay, so you want to make sure you're wiping the rim down for all my new canners out there. I know I've got a few because you talk to me all the time, and anyway, I just don't want you guys to miss out on anything. If you have any questions on canning, please, I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination. I just have done it for a long time. I don't do everything perfect, and I would hate for anybody to have a fail because of me. So please refer to the ball canning book. I mean, that's what I refer to quite often. And if you're not sure, that's where you should be going, not to me or anybody else on YouTube. And then use us as a springboard, a inspiration. That's all I want you to, that's what I want out of my channel, is that I inspire you to do things you hadn't thought of or you hadn't done before, or maybe have and now you need to do it again. So that's really all I'm about. All right. Okay, and hopefully, whoops. Now, if you dunk your lid in the jelly, you need to clean that off, okay? Because it won't get a good seal if there's that sugar. Finger tight in the canner. And I'm gonna turn my canner up. It's simmering. It's at about 180 degrees. I don't want it boiling yet. I just want to keep the jars hot. And there we go. So I'm going to finish getting these in there. Look how pretty that is. I mean, that's just beautiful. I hope you can see how gorgeous. What a pretty color. And I'll tell you what, who wouldn't want that for Christmas? Okay, I'm going to get these all jarred up, get them in the canner. I'll bring you back when I tell you how much I got out of this. Okay, because I have a whole nother batch to go. All right. Okay, so a little less than half left in the pot. And I got 1 pint and 10 half pints in here. I'm boiling up a kettle of water to pour over top so I can cover that last jar that's sticking out. We're going to water bath can this, as I said, for 15 minutes. And then we're going to take the lid off, turn the heat off, let it sit for 5 minutes, and then pull the jars out. And then we'll go to batch 2, okay? And then we'll go to batch 3. It's going to be an all-day affair. Anyway, that's okay. It's delicious. Okay. Okay, guys, back. So I'm taking the first batch out. I've got my second batch. The rest of those plums are in here, and it's about up to here. So it's about, oh, that much down from the level it was before. So we'll get at least half of what we got the last time. And this is a big batch of plums. I'm just saying. Okay, so these water bath for 15 minutes. They've been cooling with the lid off, and I've heard a couple of them already pinging. They've been cooling with the lid off for 5 minutes. And I'm just going to bring them over here to finish cooling. And kind of got a mishmash of jars, but that's okay. Oops, see? Hear that ping? You gotta love it. This is my favorite part of canning, pulling it out of the canner. No, I love all of it. I'm just, you know, I'm really, truly so thankful that my mother and my grandmother inspired me, and my ex-mother-in-law inspired me to do this in the first place, because it's very rewarding. And I know exactly what's in here. There's nothing bad in here. I mean, you gotta eat it within moderation. It's got sugar in it, but it's sugar and plums. It's not anything else that we can't identify readily. And that's what my canning's all about. It's putting away for tomorrow. And these are going to be Christmas gifts. I'm going to do the pints. The pints we'll keep. The half pints we'll do gifts. I'll sell them at work. I've got a few ladies that come in all the time at work and look for my jellies and are very offended when there's not a new one out there. But Linda only has so much time on her hands. So anyways, I think what I'll do, because I'm going to go ahead and can the rest of this, and I'll bring you back when I have them all out, spread out to just set. I like to let them set for a good 24 hours without bothering them. I don't like to bother them, so I'll set them on the wet bar counter and leave them sit there for 24 hours, and then I'll label them, and we'll enjoy this for probably the next year or two. All right, guys, I'll be right back with the end results of all of it. Okay, so here's the end result of my canning project today. And let me tell you, from washing and cutting and sorting the plums to cooking it down and canning this, and it was just a water bath method. It's taken me the better part of this day. I've gotten some other stuff done too, but it really took a long time, so I am truly going to cherish every bite of this plum jam. So I got a total of, let's see, 10 of the half pint jars and 11 pints. That's huge. That's a lot of jam. So I just have to thank my girlfriend so much for thinking of me and blessing us with this bounty. So I'm going to have to share this with her too, and because we can't eat all this. Anyway, so Merry Christmas to us. And so truly, guys, I hope this inspires you to step outside the box and don't hesitate to put away what somebody gives you. You know, when times are tough, you might look back and go, gosh, I wish I would have done something with those plums. So I didn't waste any time and got it done. And now we're on to the next canning project, potatoes and some meat out of the freezer. So anyway, okay guys, hope it inspires you. I hope it inspires you to come back and visit me again. And if you like this, give me a thumbs up. If you really like it, share it on your Facebook page and maybe spark an idea in somebody else's head. Isn't that a pretty color? All right, guys. Oh, I can't wait. This absolutely tastes delicious, and there wasn't one little extra spoonful, so I have to wait to open a jar. But I do know that it's set really nicely, and I'm happy with the results. So there you go. Okay, guys, catch you next time. God bless.